Hi, everybody! Welcome to Madness of the Land. It's episode 2 of season 3. I'm, of course, as usual, joined by this crazy cast of characters. Unfortunately, Unfunnyone cannot be with us at the moment. He had a work emergency he got called into. He might be joining us a little later if things work out with work. But until then, I am, of course, joined by, let's go way out of line. Hey, Joe, you're joining me today, right?
Deuces.
Uh-huh. How's Chance doing? Chance ready for a new adventure?
Chance is ready to get his nipples cold.
Yeah, and cut some glass.
God.
It did not take long to get back to that.
You're welcome.
I don't get out of the house much, guys, okay?
Mads, how is Signe ready for a new adventure?
Well, I got to attack a party member, so, that's always fun. I'm getting ready to attack more party members.
Hey, I'm nice.
No, me and my nipples for cutting of glass.
Anyway.
For my monocle.
Rachel, how's Chris doing?
Oh, she is so ready to cut glass.
She's so ready she doesn't need to be cold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tiff, how's Ulfgar going along with all this? Doing with this? I don't know where to start.
Taking it day by day.
That sounds about right.
You gotta kind of manage all the fucking chaos and that.
Herd the cats.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so...
Meow.
Last week, you returned home to the castle. You met with you rested for a little bit, met with the Duke, learned what your next mission is going to be, what the next plan is.
Pissed off the Duke.
A little bit. No, well, probably didn't necessarily piss him off, more pissed off Zach, because Zach was like, we could have totally gotten another day's break, and you're like, well, we could just get that break.
We could still take a day's break.
And Zach's like, but that's not how it works.
That is
I
how
really
it works.
don't understand the difference between, hey, I was gonna call you tomorrow, and, oh, well, you're here now you have to go do it now.
It's more like you guys were so enthusiastic, he assumed you were volunteering to go now.
No, we clearly said you could tell us the information, and we wait a day.
But it's like, no, you're enthusiastic. I am not going to stop you from running off and doing this.
Yes, we're enthusiastic to go die. Thanks, buddy. Well, you
really sounds like he's an idiot.
It's
We
technically
usually talk like this because
that's
Zach
technically
isn't here.
how it works. But that's...
He is royalty. Royalty does tend to marry into their own...
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is I have a chance.
With the Duke?
Yeah, he loves me, obviously. Best buddies.
I thought that was the thing.
Or
Me
Thane.
too.
Uh-huh.
Everybody likes grits.
The main brain Thane.
No, that's pretty accurate. A lot of people like grits. Except for that one guy, but we don't talk
Especially
about that
with
one
butter.
guy because that guy's just a jerk to everyone.
Yeah.
You know that
Especially
one.
with butter, though.
Yeah, and cheese.
God. Wow.
We broke the DM.
And
it was-
it's only been how many minutes?
Anyway, so you learn that you are to head to the Calida lands, with the hopes of at least scouting them out, if not, striking a blow to prevent them from being as dangerous, get some kind of peace. Those are all the options you have. But you do know that the general location within the lands, the entrance to the realm of ice is. And your plan is to use the unusual magic item you were granted by Mercedes. My, English went away for a second.
Word.
What about Mercedes?
Only if you had the bends, then you'd show up.
Yeah.
Why was that the sexy music for me?
I don't know.
Because it's
I got the
Mercedes.
beds! Ooh, baby!
I have a horrible diving disorder.
Mantis is just like, what?
I have nitrogen bubbles forming in my veins.
How many times
so
do you think
sexy.
you can break the DM tonight?
Nitrogen bubbles forming. Yeah, I have nitrogen bubbles forming on my veins. It's so sexy.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
It's so sexy it hurts.
Keep talking to me.
Anyway, so you're going to go try to check out the realm of ice to maybe get allies there that could help you to attack the Kalida if it becomes necessary, or at very least, maybe help put pressure on them. Mm-hmm.
Six.
You also did retrieve a message that Chance happened to have, given to him by Rufus, that maybe along the way you can find this shaman that was in exile, and give it to him. So,
I forgot it was in my back pocket.
you had it there all along.
Good thing you never do laundry.
I mean,
That's overrated.
that's most of you.
Well, no, my stuff gets laundered at Zach's house.
That's true.
Mm.
If I don't do it every now and then, Pinky gets gone.
Mm. Zach does it often.
I know he's.
No, he
weird.
doesn't. He has people that do that for him.
Well, that's true.
Well, I think he has like a couple of outfits that he takes
You know
with
what
him
we
on
should
adventures,
do?
and then goes through them.
We're
We
all
should
mad at
totally
that.
just all show up naked with our stack of clothes at Zach's house and like off like third, just to watch his face.
Watch
I'm
his
not looking to die or get exiled.
watch his face turn
Why not?
completely red and explode.
Yep.
It would probably be more like just like sitting there staring for like a couple of minutes, like being like, "What's wrong with you people?"
What
I
we
hate
should
Mark.
do is go into his house, undress, wait like 5 minutes, and leave naked.
Just sit in the waiting room, like, oh, could you take care of those, please?
Well, no,
And
he just wants a bunch of naked people walking out of Zach's house.
It's not even his
That would be
house,
amazing.
though.
Even better.
Okay.
Anyway,
So, yellow
So-
thing stack. That was a great party.
so
Orgy in the Tombs next week.
We
so you're
broke him.
preparing to leave the castle. You've managed to get everything you thought you needed together, and the next morning has come, and you are all preparing yourselves to leave. Any final things that any of you want to do before you head out on your next misadventure, so to say?
No, we
Not unless
quit
we
up.
can
Get a monocle.
that monocle made faster. But
No.
you already told me it's gonna take a while.
Yes.
So.
All right. So, you once again head out into the valley. Of course, it's kind of become a little bit of old hat for some of you. Grits, you've actually not had a chance to cross over the bridge before. The others, the rest of you, you at very least have had a chance to cross over into the area that led to the field realm. The realm that the captive goblin told you about. Signe, of course, has definitely had many adventures here. And there's definitely a feeling of apprehension that will feel in your mind. Perhaps not because of what you remember, but what you don't remember. You know that you're going to have to pass through the forest where you don't have your memories. You know you went there, but you don't know what happened. The first day of travel is uneventful. A fortunate thing for you that nothing is really, at least as threatening as it once was in this area. You can easily pass through a lot of the dangers that were once here without any trouble. Of course, the first evening's rest. Signe, as you're asleep, you dream again. You find yourself back in the bar. It's a familiar place. There's this clattering of cups on the tables, on the bar. Figures that are out of focus but familiar, seemingly celebrating the event that's here. And of course, another familiar figure is there with you. How'd everything go with the dragon? I hope I could have helped out.
Well, none of us died, which is a very good thing, depending on your, idea of good.
No, that's great.
I really have to stop meeting like this. I'm really tired of getting these dreams.
I mean, I think it's just a miracle we found each other, even in this way. You've had a very different life than me, and the wisdom I have, I can only hope it helps you, while maybe a view into the happiness that you have will help me. I've never been to a place like this. This is a quaint little bar that you visit. My experiences are not so pleasant. And when she says that, there's just these little flashes of almost like you're picking up something, and it is just the smell of blood, and almost as if you're standing in a similar room to this one, and it's just filled with bodies. And they're just for a couple of seconds. Traveling now, aren't you?
Yes. We're trying to figure out some things about this new world that we're in.
I have a sense that you're not the only one on that quest.
I'm sorry, I disconnected for a second.
It's okay. You're not the only one on that quest.
Are you trying to figure things out as well?
Me? Probably not to the degree you are. I want to know more. Why I'm here. Of course. I guess that's what I want to know. What brought me here. And why are things different here than where I was before? They're obviously different for you, too.
Well, yes. That's a bit of an understatement. I don't know if you've noticed, but the sun never sets.
It's a strange thing. I don't think it's a sun. Not like we're used to. I don't know. There's got to be something more to everything here. But I don't know. Be careful. I have some friends. I can warn them about you. If you should run into them, they'll treat you nicely.
Well, that's nice to hear, at least. I'd like to have some sense of hospitality somewhere.
Some of my friends are not so nice. But out of respect for me, they might be willing to listen. Just be... If someone gives you a chance and they seem very dangerous, take it. Don't push your luck.
You're asking the wrong person there.
I know. But I want to be friendly. So I hope that one day we can actually meet. It's strange. It's as if I know where you are, but I don't know where you are. But maybe you can do the same with me someday. And then we can find each other.
Well, I'd at least like to thank you for the help with the dragon.
Dragons are a
In
difficult
person,
creature.
at least.
I'd like that. Well, hopefully we'll have a chance to meet. Till the next dream, I guess. As she lifts a kind of shadowy, like dream glass of like bottoms up.
I don't have a drink. This is disappointing.
She'll kind of like gesture, and you'll find a drink in front of you. Then it's a dream. Whatever you
yeah.
want.
Well,
I
you
wonder
know.
which one of us would have more control if we both tried to manipulate the dream, since it's both of our dreams.
Maybe test that out next time.
Perhaps.
And, never mind.
She'll kind of give a little giggle, shake her head for a minute and be like, "Till next time." And you'll wake up, of course. Was that the only dream you actually had that night? None of the other things that you can sometimes see in the night came up.
Hey.
Chance, as you've been leading the way, and this first night becomes the second day, you begin to notice a little bit more of activity in the area. Of course, you've had enough experience now that you know how to avoid some of the main thoroughfares the Kalida like to use in this area. But you've also seen signs of more individuals on that basic line of movement.
Oh boy. Guys, keep your eyes out. I think the Kalida have been active.
Does a passive perception of 23 count as keeping my eyes?
Yes.
Okay, you can keep them in your head, sir.
That's one way to conversation continued, Andy.
Some more time passes, and you will manage to meet the bridge. As before, you will notice that the bridge crossing this main river is unguarded. It seems as though, at least this point in time, the Kalida have yet to crack down on you traveling across here. They might not need to fear you yet. Your passage of the bridge is simple, and you are ready to turn north. Signe, are you going to tell them anything of your previous experience to the north?
Absolutely not.
All right.
Cantus, it's Signe.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Death everywhere.
You'll move to the north and through into the first forest to the north of the bridge. Chance, can you give me a survival check, please?
Of course,
Can I
there's a
help him?
chance of that.
Sure, you can help him.
Because I probably have some maps and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
You'd have advantage then.
Oh.
Well, you got a
Um,
22
The
anyway.
bridges is
Well, just for the heck of it.
That is a waterfall to the south of the bridge.
Okay, the 22 is the best.
Yeah. But it does look like on the map there are two kind of bridges, but it is actually a waterfall to the south of it. Let me see if this would switch over decently. Just so I can show the stream. So right here, for a second here. Right there, that's a waterfall to the south, so people are paying attention.
Oh, Chance, why wouldn't we just go straight? without having to cross the bridge.
What do you mean?
I have water walk.
Ah. How's water walk be affected by fast-moving current?
It doesn't.
You
I
just
don't think.
walk over it.
You walk across water.
But it's like walking across a fast-moving
Treadmill.
treadmill.
Water.
How fast is it moving?
It says move across any liquid surface.
As if-
if
Yes,
it were
but-
harmless solid ground.
Uh-oh.
Harmless, solid.
Yeah.
I would not call a treadmill solid.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Or harmless. Have you ever
Uh,
tried to jump on one of those things and then it broke up?
I mean, we might get moved, but I don't think it would hurt us.
I think Mads blacked out for a moment.
she did.
It's
Yeah.
Signe.
Or Signe, sorry.
What do you expect?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's because she thought for half a second about telling us about stuff, and then her brain went, "No! What is wrong with you? How dare you share information?" Her conscience. It's a dick.
She has a conscience? Wow.
It's a dick.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, we think that the Kalata might be active right now around here, so do we want to be using a spell that might become better use for something else?
It can be used as a ritual.
Mhm.
Ah.
You know, it's an
no
interest.
downside.
This is an interesting one here for water walk. I've done a little quick research, and it seems to be a point of contention, just because of the concept of it just says that it's harmless solid ground, and
Doesn't say it's not moving.
no, it never says it stops moving. Just because it's moving doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's not harmless. It's solid. You could fall on your butt while it's moving along, you know, and you'd still be
Anything
harmless.
above a certain speed would not be harmful. Because it would fucking hurt. And I don't know if you've ever heard of anyone being dragged along the ground by a horse.
Or
And
falling
well
on a
for the
treadmill.
person.
Well, it's a little different because it's rather than you being dragged around the ground is what's moving.
Yeah, the ground is like you're on the ground moving.
Someone described it as if like a carpet was being pulled and you're on top of the carpet.
Yeah, I get it, because once you fall, it's not like you're...
Being drunk. No.
Yeah,
So,
you're
we
just
lay
going
down.
around with the...
We roll onto it and keep rolling until we're on the other side. Got it.
Is this your proposed plan?
It could work.
Because depending on how fast people roll, we might end up, 5 feet apart from each other or 50 feet apart from each other along the river.
And if you hit the river at a certain point in time, definitely you could probably get across it way before you get anywhere farther downstream. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So it is definitely possible to cross the river. The river is wide, but not that wide.
I mean, I'm game for trying it because why the hell not? But I'm also maybe a little unstable, so.
I mean, how much time is it going to shave off?
Probably a couple days.
You could probably make it a couple days if you timed it and planned it right.
Which means more food and booze.
Yes. It might be worth it.
I vote yes.
It certainly
Zach
would take-
votes yes. Oh, you're outvoted already. Just kidding.
The only problem is if you're not going to take the area close to the bridge, you'd have to head into the forest that is predominantly occupied by Kaladin.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
Ah.
It is the area where their campsites, where they were building structures, and you've heard rumors that they were building structures. That's the activity where they were going to. Granted, you could go there and use that to cross, but
here's an idea.
That's the forest where their kind of main military to your north is. And as you can
How long does the spell last?
An hour. The river.
How fast?
The river flows from this direction down this direction. Also, may I note, this area here, it's kind of like an offshoot that makes the lake.
What direction to what direction? I didn't see
it. It comes from the north and moves to the south. Basically, it goes from these two waterfalls here and here, all the way down to this waterfall here, and this is the lowest point of water around this island.
So it's going in the opposite direction that we want to go.
And this island's surrounded by deadly whirlpools.
Yeah.
Like, people have seen it and know that this area here is filled with horrible whirlpools.
Because my other thought was, hey, we could just take a ride on the river. But no, it's going to the opposite direction.
Yeah, you have to go north and it goes south.
Yeah, we'd have to come up to here.
But
and then hop a ride to go that way.
But the thing is, on the way back, you definitely could actually use that to get back quicker.
Yes. I don't know if it's worth it at this point. Considering we'd have to go through Kalida Woods.
If you're up for this, if you think you're stealthy enough, you probably could. Or if you're confident enough in your combat ability.
So stealthy.
Zach looks like he's kind of got a little bit of an upset stomach. He's looking a little green behind the gills.
I'm confident in my stealthy ability. I don't know if I'm confident in everyone else's.
Points out that there's only one character who can't really stealth.
I am only +2 stealthy.
I don't think I'm super stealthy either, though, to be fair. I think I'm like
you're a big, loud,
+3.
drunk monk, of course. Well, you're a medium-sized.
Choose
big
your words wisely, woman. I'm ankle height.
In a pretty dress.
In a very pretty dress.
Pretty dress.
Zach.
No, I've switched
Who
back to
wants
my
to
plain
cut
clothes.
glass with nipples?
Yeah. Check out these girls.
Grits, you, out of everyone but Chance, you are the stealthiest.
Oh, that's not saying much, guys.
Yeah, you have...
I have a +3.
Mm-hmm.
I have a +1
And
with disadvantage.
Signe and Zach are tied at 2.
We're not sneaking through the woods.
Okay, so we go loudly then through the woods. No. Okay,
And
so
do we
hold on.
really want to tip the Kalida's hand, knowing that we're heading into their lands?
No.
Let's just go.
Where are we trying? Okay, we're trying to get up to here, right?
You're actually trying to get up towards this area here. So you're actually...
On which?
We have to do.
You're going
on the
around.
Side with the X,
You're basically...
or the side without it?
The side without the X. Basically where the blue kind of thing is,
Got
like
it.
right here. Because you're kind of going around, because there's the two big, like, walls. Like right there, and right here is one, too.
So basically we have to actually go over 2 bridges.
No? Where's the second bridge?
We have to take lots of detours.
It's a long walk, but it's not a straight line, unfortunately, because there's the lake.
Oh, we're going over this. Are we going over this bridge?
Yeah, you're going over that bridge. There is no other bridge to cross. Where was another
Hold on.
bridge?
I thought we were going like up this way and crossing over.
That's not a bridge. That's a waterfall.
Oh, it looks like
I love how your bridges and waterfalls are basically look like.
Unfortunately, with the version of this, it does look very similar, and we should have colored the bridges.
Color the bridges like brown.
I forgot how no, please don't. That does not work. I'll talk to Winter. Winter had something for it.
Okay, quick question, because your idea of riding the river, how long is it to get from the castle north to the river right here? How many days is that?
That might be... I think from before we were talking about, it's like 3 or 4 days, depending on how well you push yourselves.
Okay, but we wouldn't then have to cross through any Calida lands because we could float down the river to here, hop off, and then walk.
Yes, but you have to remember the river is still miles long.
And how fast is it moving? We only get an hour of it.
It's moving much faster than you do, but is it moving fast enough to get you there in an hour? I don't.
But if we run
think
with
so.
the current, it's essentially like running on one of those people movers.
Yes.
And this is how we
On
break the
one of
DM,
those
guys.
people. And I mean, at like 49 minutes and 50 seconds, I can start ridge casting.
Yeah,
Just
because you
sit
could just
down.
stop and cast it, right?
Yeah. And then, oh look, we have another hour.
I mean, it's not the worst
And it's-
plan we've come up with, guys.
We could literally just sit there and wear them out because we'll be on the river. If anyone sees us, they'll have to keep chasing. Not in the river.
I like this plan. I like it a lot. I'm totally on board for
So
this.
you want to camp on the river, basically.
Well, you can't camp.
No, we can't camp, but we could. I mean,
You
I
could
don't see
rest.
anything- I don't see anything wrong with this plan, guys. It seems totally foolproof.
We're just on the river. We go by some Calda fishing, just flipping them off.
Just
You
like-
go
Looking
by
very
like
pointed at all of
Paladin.
us. I want
You
you
go
guys
by
to
a
know
bunch
that.
of Paladin archers who just start firing at us.
it's us riding the river going.
God.
I mean,
I love this plan. Nothing can go wrong.
this is a weird plan. It's fine
Well-
plan if you want to go about it. Where's my
One
voice of reason,
question,
Zach?
what is this?
What?
He would
Yeah.
agree with this. What are you
Oh.
talking about?
That
Just don't worry about that.
that was previous things.
Okay.
Technically, we can kind of get rid of some of these marks that are
Just
on here.
pretend. Okay. I was just curious. I'm like, what is this big red splotch?
That you may have been able to encounter if you'd gone that way, because that was when they were exploring previously. They found stuff over that way, and Signe would know about the kind of things that they discovered in that area.
Because we would have been going up
Sadly,
that.
Matt
well,
doesn't remember.
if we cross the bridge, we'd have to go up that way.
Yes, you'd have to go through that forest.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying if we do the river
Um,
plan, we actually don't have to cross through any lands until we get up to here.
The river plant, you could probably get ashore around this area here.
Right.
Somewhere in that area.
Unless we go all the way over here and ride it
That would
over to like this bridge.
How do we get up there?
that would require you traveling through the dwarf lands here and then getting up to the water this way. And that up there is actually something, and I'll have to look it up to the exact details on that one.
Question:
Which
Which
might
way does the river flow on this side?
also south. All the rivers flow from to this is the central point of rivers. So even this
Okay.
waterfall falls down into here. So everything kind of flows into this spot here.
Okay, so we have this going that way. Whoops.
Yeah.
And then this is a waterfall here, right?
Yes.
Not a bridge. Okay.
All the bridges
Let's
have
play
brown
again,
marks
guys.
on them.
Bridge or waterfall?
All
I
the
guess we could go here and just ride down there.
Yes, I'm so on board with this.
let me
Seems like
see.
the best plan that we could have come up with.
How wide is the river?
Pretty wide. I think I have to give me a minute to give you the exact details. I did write down the exact details.
Also, if we do meet any of them, we need to start singing some Pocahontas to them as we're going down the river.
Why?
Why not?
Because
How high
Pocahontas
can-
doesn't exist in this world.
You don't know that.
Okay,
How
So
high
here's-
My cousin's
can
name
the
is
sycamore
Pocahontas.
grow? If you
Alright.
cut it down, you'll never know.
here's what you have to know. The rivers travel at about I have to figure out the math of this. They're very fast.
Because the problem also might be getting onto the river.
Mm-hmm.
No, you just cast it, and then we basically like flop onto it, and then we can stand up. Because once we're on it, it's just moving with us. Just like.
But
wait.
wouldn't it be like flopping on the hard ground that's moving fast?
Mm.
I imagine it more like jumping onto a waterbed.
Wouldn't just face plant into it, Joe. Or not. Come on now.
I mean, realistically, we could just get in the river and swim in the river and like let the river take us. But I think it's better to be on the river.
Much less tiring as well.
Well, yes, I agree that it's better to be on it. I'm just worried about getting onto it if it's moving very quickly. It'd be like jumping onto a treadmill.
Yeah? You might trip and fall, you know, bonk your face, but you know, whatever, it's fine.
You get in kind of a push-up like position, and you just side hop.
Or you could just lay on the ground and roll onto it. Boop, boop, boop.
See, I thought that at first, but when one thing is moving and another thing isn't, and something's in the center, you tend to go, whee!
Yeah.
Okay, what we'll do is we will push you.
The little side hop.
And go. Question: Once you cast that, do we have to stay within range, or is it within a range of you, or is it like on us for the hour?
Oh, let me double check that.
I think we have to stay within a range of him. If I
Traditionally,
remember when he
most
used
of
it
those,
last.
as long as he concentrates on it, it's after you get on it, then it goes all right.
Okay, so it's as long as he maintains concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I couldn't remember.
But why wouldn't we stay with him anyway?
Okay,
Oh,
well,
no, we
you
wouldn't
flop
reach
onto the
for it.
water
Oh,
and take
yeah.
off, and then I flop on. I might be 20 feet behind you.
Or we just line up at 3, 2,
3,
1.
2, 1.
Go!
The power of friendship.
Hold hands!
Why are you even still with us, Signe? You hate us.
Yeah, really. Why are you?
Obligation.
Well,
She's literally here just because she loves the character.
she's here to watch the dumpster fire. Let's be honest.
I'm here because I have to be.
She signed a contract, it was a whole thing.
Not with me. Are you bound to Zach?
That would be a scary thought.
Being in his service.
Alright.
Let's talk crap about him because he's not here.
No, I think that would be a horrifying thought for Signe.
To be in his
Can't
service.
even hear
Okay,
Yes.
so, strangely enough, it doesn't sound like a lot, but the river goes at about 7 miles per hour.
That's
Okay.
still a decent clip.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh.
The thing is, that's actually really fast for a river, and it's very hard to maintain control in a river like that.
Yes.
But we're going to be on the river, not in it. So,
Yes.
totally different circumstance. It's just a
Okay,
really
jump onto a
fast
people
moving road.
mover at 7 miles an hour.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the
Okay.
average person, like, can run at 15 miles per hour. Even with the dwarf reduction of 1/6, I can make it. We can match the speed of the river.
Actually, I have to
and run on.
that doesn't sound right, though. I'm trying to find the fastest river in the world, and they say like
Tantus is just trying to find any way to not make this work for me.
We're gonna make it
no.
work.
I never said it didn't work, but I'm not sure the actual like. They say the speed is like a certain amount. It's really weird and hard to understand. Which is speed. Fast river of the world is Passaic River. The river can achieve. Oh, I got you. Okay, yeah, that's very slow. That's average. That's surface water speed. which can be
Which
different.
is all we need to worry about.
Yes, which can be
'Cause we're not
different
gonna
than
in
the
the water.
flow beneath it, depending on the
Oh, yeah.
nature of the river. If it's something that's got a lot more of, like, rapids and stuff, the surface is closer to the bottom of it. Okay. Yeah, no. Alright, So we can say, I need to convert now. Math. God. Kilometers to mph.
So, rapids. Let's see.
Okay, 60 miles per hour. There you go.
Okay, that's a
We'll
lot
be there
faster.
in like no time.
It's just a matter of getting.
100 kilometers per hour was like
Quick
the
question.
fastest surface water.
Hold on. I have an idea, guys. I have an idea. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
But is this going the fastest known rivers?
Yes.
My brilliant
Specifically,
idea.
it was supposed to, and I did not do the math.
That does not sound like, oh, I don't know, the whole, safe ground thing.
Look, just because you're jumping...
I got an idea.
This spell will get you on there safely. Let me put it that way. The spell would allow for safe transition onto such a material.
Okay.
How about transition off of it?
Quick question. How long would it take us to travel from here to here? How long would it take? From there to there. If it's flowing at 60 miles an hour. I got somewhere I'm going with this, I promise.
Traditionally, as adventurers, you travel at...
It doesn't matter. The river's flowing at 60 miles an hour. That's how fast we're going because we're on the river.
I have to
You just
estimate
said
how
that.
far you normally travel.
Mathing, hold on.
So, traditionally, you travel about 24 miles in a day. We'll say that with a distance of, like...
Sweet. Got an idea.
4 days to reach the point that you want to get to. With where you want to try to get to, technically speaking, at that speed, you would probably only need to cast it one more time.
Okay, so 2 times. So you're figuring... Okay, but that's how it would take about an hour and a half.
You guys walk at like 3 miles per hour. Let me put it that way.
No, I'm asking for a serious reason. I
Yes.
promise. All right. So he casts it on us. Hear me out, guys. He casts it on us. The 3 of us, me, Chance, and Zach, hop into the bag of holding. Mads, you grab onto and Misty step you and Ulfgar onto the river. Nullified's the reason to like jump on. He's just going boop, and you're on it and going. Then we hop out of the bag, we ride along, do. We get close to it and hop back in the bag and boom again. Huh? How many times can you do your Misty Step thing where you grab somebody and bamf with them? That's the question, though.
Thunder Step. Misty Step.
Whatever, she teleports.
Yeah, I'd
so.
have to thunder step, and I can do it twice a day. Well, technically twice a short rest.
That's our twice a day then.
What about,
Can you take a person with you on your thunder step?
Yes, she can.
Yes,
She
One
did it
person.
before.
you can. Misty Step's the one you can't.
That's what I'm saying. If we hop in the bag of holding, Ulfgar's holding the bag of holding, she's holding Ulfgar, and Misty, or Thunderstep, whatever it is. See? It'll work, guys. It'll work.
But would Thunderstep totally fuck us up with, like, because it actually does damage
But we're...
with the surface of the water, is what I'm saying.
Water Walk doesn't say anything about damaging the surface, and it would be doing damage to water.
I know, but
As long as you don't hurt
Water
Ulfgar
ripples.
and make him lose his concentration.
Well, no, because when she can make the person ignore the damage, I believe, when they go with her.
Do you do damage when you pop to the other side? Or only when you leave? Like, is it at point A or point B or both?
I think it's point A. I'm
Yeah.
more worried about the sound carrying.
We're gonna be on a river.
You really want to do this plan?
Yes, I do so bad. I'm gonna make it happen. Okay, so
Why
here's...
don't-
I've done the math for it now, so you know I did that.
See?
I guess we're gonna kill ourselves in water. You know, it's not how I wanted to go out, but
Why would you kill yourself in water? though?
YOLO.
But you're not gonna kill yourself. It's gonna work perfectly. It's gonna work great, guys.
Does
The
this
last
would there
time
be
someone
any
said that to me, we all nearly died.
would there be any issue with teleporting onto a moving plane?
It's a point
I
you can
don't
see.
think so, because to teleportation, would you have you come in at a location? I feel like you could, if you time your teleportation right, you can intersect with something that's moving.
Okay.
Yes, this is gonna be
That's.
ridiculous.
I
and
just
awesome.
wanted to make sure of that it wasn't going to be okay. You land there, and now all of a sudden you're moving 60 miles an hour and
It
fly
would probably,
somewhere.
you probably wouldn't fly anywhere, but I'm assuming that you would just like be messed up and probably fall over. The spell would
Unless
effectively
she's already
safe
on
you.
her butt.
Well, the thing is, the spell would effectively let you safely land on it, and then you just have to experience that you're trying to balance on something traveling that fast. You think about people walk around on buses that are on highways. You know, granted, there's probably
it'd be like walking on a train.
Yes. Or like walking between train cars or something. You know, people could do it, where they've got a lot of that wind and stuff rushing by them, and the air rushing by them, and they experience it. But it's probably disconcerting, definitely.
Yeah.
And you would merge with the velocity of that, so falling over wouldn't necessarily really be really that awful. It's not traveling so fast that you like go rolling way far away. I mean, 60 mile per hour is kind of like fast, but it's not going to
Okay. I'm just basically I'm making sure that you're not going to pull something out of your butt and it's like, oh well, you didn't consider this.
So as we're finalizing all of these plans, I'm assuming we're making our way north.
Sure, we'll have you have gone that direction. Okay.
With our brilliant plan. I'm so ready for this
So,
to go tits
that
up.
was the direction you were going. Days later, you arrive at the river. You're probably just south of the Dwarven lands, the Dwarven caverns. Basically, outside of the zone of where the waterfall comes down. I'm assuming you don't want the interference of that, because that could certainly push you under the water. With water walk. Not that you probably wouldn't recover yourselves, but it would probably be very unpleasant. Just saying, it would be weird and really worse than it already is.
Yeah. That's it. I'm just looking at that.
Alright, so we're doing this.
I guess.
Zach's
Fuck
climbing
it.
in the bag of holding. Yes.
Yeah.
Hold our breaths.
Well,
I'm
Ulfgar has
assuming
to cast it
Ulfgar
first.
casts it, everybody crawls in the bag of
Yes.
holding it except
Yeah.
Signe and Ulfgar, and then you hit the river.
Why don't I go inside too, and then Signe
I think you
get
might.
on,
That
so-
might break the
You'd
concentration.
be on a different plane than
Yeah.
Signe is.
Yeah, I don't...
Then why would having you guys in the bag of holding?
She
Yeah,
can only teleport.
Because
can't-
you can
yeah.
take us out of the bag once we. Oh, but shoot!
Right.
Then we would not be.
yeah, I don't
We
know
still have it
how
on us, don't we?
breaking...
It
the-
just says gain this ability for the duration. It doesn't say anything about it breaking because of planar travel.
But I don't know
I
if
think you still have to concentrate on it,
concentration,
though.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if
we
we
need
got
stuff
in
in
the
there.
bag, but if we went in the bag,
I don't know if it would break the connection.
affect it.
Here's a fun fact: it's not concentration.
It's actually not concentration, actually.
Oh,
Oh.
it's not?
No. So, no. It says it isn't concentration, then I'll say, nah, it probably would just affect you for the hour if you cast it on me.
Okay,
we
so
can all
then
go
we're
in the
fine.
bag.
For whatever reason, I was thinking it was concentration, too.
Okay, so then, do you guys all want to go in the bag, and I can jump on the river because I have high
Or
dex?
Signe can still just teleport.
I do still have Misty Step as well.
Yeah, she can. Yeah, she can Misty Step onto it.
I have Misty Step and I have Thunder Step.
Oh, well then you could do Misty Step and be quiet about it because you were worried about
Misty
that.
Steps as well. Once.
What?
My cloak Misty Steps once.
So if I die, you at least have a chance.
Well, okay, so why would you die though?
Because
Like, I'm very confused.
I don't know,
'Cause
somehow
she's
I'll
Signe.
drown.
Because 60 miles per hour ground moving underneath.
Well, what if I did it instead because I have high dexterity? I could
What's
just
your
run
dex?
on it. A bunch. I don't know.
A bunch.
Plus
You
3.
are a monk.
Same here. What's your acrobatics?
The thing is, it's like jumping on a moving bus. You're already moving that fast, and I'm saying the spell compensates
Yeah.
for you and allows you to intercept
Yeah.
at the velocity.
The step is better than trying to jump on it.
No, I'm not saying jump on it, run along it, and then kind of step sideways.
You're
on
still
it.
running along.
Do a little
You're not going to
roll
be able to
into
do
it.
60 miles an hour.
I'm sorry. Hold on. If I punch a tree and use a key point, my speed becomes 50 miles an hour, and if I dash, my speed becomes twice that. So, what is my
That's-
speed now, sir?
50? What,
Not
speed?
miles per hour.
No. Is your speed 50 then?
Yeah, my speed would be.
That'd be 5
No,
miles per hour.
It would be. No, it's twice that. It'd
What?
be.
10.
Quick math. Divide your speed by 10, and that's how many miles per hour you're
But she
traveling
could
with that.
go. She could dash double, so it would be 10.
Why don't we just do the
That's
original
actually-
plan?
Or
and
just
Yeah.
do the original
spell?
plan.
Yes.
That's actually really accurate because they say like if your speed with a team of normally 30 movement over land, you travel 3 miles per hour. So
Yeah.
it's actually really.
we're just
easy
going
do
to
that.
we're just going to Misty Step. It's fine,
That's fine.
and then she'll take us back out of the bag.
All right. So you will cast a spell.
In the back.
A bunch of you get in the bag, trying to hold your breaths as best you can. The thing is, it is disconcerting to go inside the bag of holding.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You.
Oh,
you-
and I guess we have to put all your skeletons in here with us too.
the bag.
Luckily, they don't need to breathe.
The bag is full yet not full because it's like you don't encounter anything else in there. Each of you finds yourselves just alone in a dark void of nothingness.
Lovely.
Good thing I'm not in there.
Yeah, it is incredibly disconcerting, and in fact, it's like even those of you with dark, because you have some of you dark vision, you don't see anything. It's still just darkness. There's nothing there.
I pull out an ever-burning candle.
It doesn't help. It's just nothing.
Void.
Yeah.
But now I have a light in front of me.
that
I mean,
doesn't seem to have much effect. It's not the light itself is only reflecting off of you. There is no particles for it to reflect
Yes,
off of.
I understand that, but it's still like something I can see then.
Yeah, well, okay. So you can focus on this light, which sort of is like in front of you.
This little light of
All right.
mine.
In the meantime, while they're suffering through that horrible horribleness, Signe, you're misty stepping.
Yeah.
Can you give me an acrobatics when you land? Just to.
I can, try.
I can sure try.
Not a one, not a one, not a one.
Don't jinx it.
My first roll of the night is
A
a
deuce.
4.
All right. It is incredibly disconcerting. It's almost as if like the speed of the river, because the river is just this flowing mess. It's always been, from what you've seen, this flowing mess. The only points in time where you've seen the river stable is when it moves off into that lake area where the lighthouse was, where the water barely moves except for some wind which seems to move it a little bit. This is just, you fall down. It's like you fall back as if you it's not like you're getting drugged back, but it's like you landed and slipped down and thumped back on your back. You kind of lose yourself as you're trying to kind of pull yourself up. Please give me perception.
Okay, never mind.
All right.
That's a nat 20. I was gonna say I'm the least likely person to get this.
Okay. You notice dark shapes, fast-moving dark shapes underneath you that seem to be paralleling you.
That's not good. Can I get the other people out of the bag of holding so they don't suffocate?
Sure.
I do that, and then I point out the dark shapes in the water.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
No, it's really not.
Will?
You're thinking there's some kind of large fish. You're not sure.
Yep, so checked out.
You agree with me. It's a large fish.
Let's see what my +1 gets me.
Oh, I'm slightly better than you guys.
Signe gets it.
They're very large fish.
They're very large fish.
You can identify them as you had remembered previously from seeing things that were from hearing rumors that there was some kind of shark in the river.
Oh, wonderful.
Y'all remember how I was saying that I'd die? Yeah, there's sharks. I'm gonna die. I'm very tasty. I don't know if you know this. It's the celestial blood.
No.
Well, why don't we actually take a small break here with that line? Perfect point to say that.
Hey.
So, Signe has revealed that the celestial blood makes her extra tasty for anything that wants to devour.
Sharks.
Sharks included.
And Ulfgar cast Ray of Sickness.
Come on, get down with the sickness.
We'll worry about your ray of sickness next time, where you try to make sharks sick. Well, a shark
In a
sick.
few minutes.
Yes, in a few minutes. So if you need to use the bathroom, if you need to go grab a drink or a snack, go ahead and do it. We'll be back after a short break. So see ya in a second, folks.